In Christian education, you have to set a lot of meetings. You have to find times to meet with committees, youth volunteers, all sorts of things like that. And it can result in a lot of emails going back and forth and back and forth. And it's really time consuming. So today I'm going to show you how to use Doodle, a great web service that's totally free that will enable you to schedule your meetings really fast and easy and get the best time for everyone. So the first thing you're going to do is to log in to Doodle, Doodle.com. And then you're going to type in what the occasion is, what meeting you're setting up. So this is going to be a Christian education committee meeting. And then I will just create the doodle poll. So it's going to pull up the title of my meeting. I can add a location if I want, say a particular room at the church. You can also use this to set up conference calls or video conferences. So you can indicate that it's going to be a Zoom meeting or a Skype meeting. But for this case, we'll just say it's going to be in the CE building. And then you can add any additional information that people might need to know, but that's totally optional. Then you will hit continue. Next, you'll see a calendar. So you're going to look at the dates ahead and see when you might want to schedule. So I'm going to skip Holy Week. So let's go on and say maybe Tuesday and Thursday work for me. Make sure you pick days that work for you. And I'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, of the following week. So those are my options that work. And then you can add times. So I'm going to say that this meeting is going to happen at 5 p.m. and it will end at 6 p.m. So it'll last an hour. If I need to add more times or add specific times for specific days, I can also do that. So I can change the day and time for different days. Also, it's going to automatically put the time zone, your current time zone, in there, but all of your participants, particularly if you're setting up some sort of long distance thing, they will see it in their own time zone, so you don't have to adjust for that. So if I'm sending this to people that include multiple time zones, the people on the East Coast will see that at 6 p.m. their time, which is what it would be. But if you're just setting up a local meeting, then obviously you don't need to worry about that. You can also look at some other settings. So no, yes, no if need be. So people can indicate that this works for them technically, but they prefer a different time. So that's sort of like if needed only. You can also do some other kinds of limitations. You can tell people they can only select one option, but generally you want to encourage people to select as many options as they can so that you get the most opportunity to get something that works for everybody. You can also make the poll hidden, so that nobody else other than you, the person that set up the poll, can see what the results are. And then there are some other features that you can get with premium, but really you can get all that you need without paying anything. So I'm going to say this is good. I have my 5 dates, and I set the time from 5 to 6 p.m., and I will hit continue. Next, I'm going to enter in my information and my email address so that people know who's setting up the meeting and that I can be notified if anyone else when I get information and if people need to contact me. And then I just click finish. And that's it. My meeting is set up. So next, I need to invite other people to my poll in order to find out when they're available. So I do this by copying this link here that they offer. And they don't have to set up an account or anything like that in order to vote. They just need to have access to the internet. So you can copy that and then send an email to the people that you want to come to your meeting or your event and indicate that and tell them to vote in the poll. The other option is for you to just put their email addresses right in there automatically, and you can edit the message that gets sent and tell them what this meeting is about and why they should participate in your poll, especially if they've never done something like this before. But I would just go ahead and copy it and enter in an email to all of my committee members telling them to let me know when they're available for our meeting. So, say you've done that, then you want to find out what happens. So, here's my CE committee meeting that I have created, and I've had people participate in my poll and let me know when they're available. So, judging by this information, obviously April 3rd at 4 p.m. would be our best time. Unfortunately, Miguel can't make it, but everyone else can, so that's our best bet when we're going to get the most committee members. So I'm going to decide that this is the time that we're going to do it. Then I'll send another email to everybody and let them know that that is when we're having our meeting. So that was pretty easy. It went really fast, and I was able to find out all the information that I needed to have the most people going to my meeting without sending a ton of emails or texts back and forth. A couple of other things that you can do. So I'm going to start a new poll just for some information for another example. So say you want to tell people that we're going on doing something that is longer, not just one day, but a week-long thing like Vacation Bible School or a mission trip. So if I'm doing a summer mission trip, it'll start out the same. I can add the location, any information, and then I will continue. So here you have these options here. So in this case, I'm going to pick text, and then I can write in the information. So I can say June 21st through 28th, or say July 14th through 21st. And I could add as many options as I wanted. That way you can find out when the most people are able to attend an event that isn't just one time at a particular day or time. So that's another way. But really you can use these in a lot of really flexible ways. So you could enter in restaurants if you wanted to find out everybody's preference for a restaurant and didn't want to do something long back and forth. You could enter in preferences for where to have a meeting, all sorts of different information. So you don't just have to use dates in order to enter in this information. You can use the text option to add in a lot of additional information. And then finally, I'm gonna leave and not use those updates. So finally, just a couple of other things that you can do. You can integrate your calendar. So if you end up liking this and using it a lot, you can integrate with your calendar. So say you participate in a poll and you say that you're available on these particular days, but then you don't hear back for a couple of days. You don't want to schedule something during that time that you said that you would potentially be available, so you kind of pencil it in with your calendar. So by connecting your calendar, you can do that, and then you will actually get, when you get the notification of the particular event, you will know what time it is and it'll appear on your calendar. Again, if you start using them a lot, you can get this little dashboard that will tell you what's going on with all of your polls and also the polls that you participated in. You can also get apps for Android and Apple and all that sort of thing. And just like I was saying, you can also do polls about things other than dates. And then obviously there are extra information, extra features that you can get if you pay for it. But really it's pretty robust even if you don't pay for it. So at this point you might want to log in or create a sign up so that you have access to your polls if you're doing more than one. But you don't have to do anything in order to just start out with your first poll. Try it out. You don't have to sign up or anything. And you can set up a poll and get ready to go. So try this out. Let us know how it goes and if it's a useful tool in your ministry. Have a great day.